It's Jersey Watch.
So you already told me you were doing it, so that's good. But my name is Amirah. I'm from Jersey Blog, Jersey Watch Blog. It's a hip hop blog in South Jersey, but we are stationed in Camden. My supervisor, his name is Cuddy. He lives in California right now, so I pretty much hold down South Jersey.
Okay.
And we just pretty much talk to independent, up and coming artists and really help them to connect with their fans. A lot of them are from Camden. A lot of them do know of you. So hopefully our readers will be able to
Awesome.
relate to this interview. And, it's going to be, really dope. So first, I wanted to congratulate you on your $10,000
Thank
grant from
you. Thank
Camden
you.
Community Partnership. It's so dope. So the ABC camp that you're developing now,
Yes.
what can we expect from that?
Pretty much what you can expect from that is to basically see another resource that's being given to the community, which is what we need, especially through the arts. Um, we have programs such as the PACE program that I'm from as well when I was at Creative Arts. And just to create my own summer camp for students is amazing. It's something that I've had when I was growing up. So in the camp, of course, we will have ensembles where students will be under professional teachers, and they will be learning different styles of music through R&B, jazz, and other contemporary styles of music as well. So they'll be just learning a melting pot of different music and how to take care of their health and why health is important as a musician. They'll be learning social media marketing since we're in a social media era. They'll be learning things like that as well. So, and of course, they'll be receiving private lessons throughout the camp as well. So they'll be enhancing, their playing and having a good time. So I'm really excited about it. I just can't wait to see their excitement and just so that they can see, there's something to do in the summer.
Wow.
It might be the one summer where somebody's kid is like, you know what? I think I want to take my instrument a little further. I think I want to take a dive into the arts, and now they have a chance to do it right in their community. So
Yeah.
that's a great thing because it's unfortunate that for a lot of reasons we have to go outside of the city for things, but so just to bring back something right to the community, right up the street for everybody is just absolutely amazing.
Wow. So this idea is progressively brilliant. Like you said, this is something that is like right in our hometown where our
Yeah.
children can benefit from. They don't have to catch a bus to go here and there. Like I remember those days where I
Exactly.
had to take Ubers and to go, but you're bringing this here and that's so important. That's what I want our readers to really hold on to, that
Yes.
yes, you're trying to make it, but still come back when you do and
Yes.
put that water into these plants, into these seeds that are watching you. So I'm glad to hear that the development process is in works. You're pitching the
Thank
aim in
you.
the summertime. Kudos
Yep.
to that. Um, so you mentioned going to creative arts, and me being from Camden, I got tabs on everybody. So I remember you going to creative arts. My older
Ah,
sister, I believe you guys went together. She was a fashion major there. So I can remember seeing you with Mr. Jamal and Mr. Nasir
uh-huh.
and Hassan Sabri doing
Yep.
the whole band thing. So you have some sort of inner attachment to this band camp.
Oh,
What
absolutely.
can you talk a little bit about that? And then also, what can you expect your camp goers to take with them, as they journey on after this 6-day experience?
So, yeah, this camp isn't just something that just came out the blue and I just woke up one day and was like, oh my gosh, let me have a camp. No, this is something that, kind of been happening throughout the years. I'm pretty much just taking a baton that's been passed, literally.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I went to creative arts. I graduated in 2012, and I was under throughout music. When I first started, I was with Hassan Sabri and Nazir Dickerson at the same time. And then once I got to high school, I was under Jamal Dickerson. So throughout that whole time, we were doing, they had a camp, a joint camp with the Idea Center. And then they went on to have a camp with the Christ Foundation, where, you know, we would just take a bus full of students and we
Oh,
will
wow.
all go to like a 3, 4, 5-day camp out in New Hope, Pennsylvania. It was great. It was like we were staying on campus and we were learning a lot. So, you know, just seeing how they invested in us at the time, and then me acknowledging how pivotal that was to not only to my musicianship, but to my character and to my outlook on life. You know, just throughout the years, I was just like, this has to continue. This has to continue in some way, shape, or form. So, you know, I took a stab at it, and now it's happening. It's happening. So with the camp, when the students attend, you know, they learn all of these new things and they enjoy themselves. Pretty much I want them to walk away knowing that there is more to music than music. Yes, we are going to be at this camp playing instruments. Yes, you're going to be learning music, but ultimately you're going to learn the skills outside of the notes, like maintaining yourself mentally and physically, no matter what your profession is in music. They're also going to learn that in order to have a successful music career, you do not need to be behind an instrument. You could be the person doing the lights. You could be the person doing the sound. All those people have some type of musicianship under their belt. You got to have rhythm. You got to have enough information to know how song structure goes, this, that, and the other. So we are planning to have students like take a trip to a studio just to see what that's like. It's like, okay, we'll show you what it's like to be the person recording. And then we'll show you what it's like to be the person engineering the session, the person that mixes and masters. They'll be able to talk to people like that. So, and they'll learn some financial literacy in music as well. So they'll be walking away with all that information. And, you know, at the time, you know, of course, I'm considerate about the age group. You know, if you're between the ages of like 12 and 17 or 18, you know, somebody might say, oh, you know, they're going to get that information. It's just going to go, woo. And I'm like, it's not about it. It's not about them 100% comprehending the information. We all have hit that point in our lives where it clicks years from now. And it's like, oh man, I finally remember what my teacher meant back in 09.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's really that, you know, you want to plant these seeds as early as you can. Because the easiest thing for students to kind of grasp onto in the music industry, you know, they see the stage like, oh, I want to play with this person, that person. So we're just trying to get a little more beyond that so that they already know that. So now we're trying to show them there are other avenues that you can do alongside of that. So they'll be walking away with all that, you know, when they leave the camp.
Wow. So it sounds to me that you are taking the title artist and trying to develop something way beyond that sector with these children. Because a lot of times with me working with artists, they'll tell me, you know, like, I know how to do what I do, but I also want to learn the industry. I also want to learn what it takes to construct a beat or to work with an engineer, what like learning terminologies and things of that nature. So that's amazing, because not only are you setting them up for success as an artist, but they know the business side. So when it comes to not being taken advantage of, they already know, you know, certain things that they need to know to maneuver through this industry.
Absolutely.
And that brings me, so that brings me to your Instagram bio. In the bio, it says the disruptive jazz is my style. And I love that, because my first love was hip hop when I learned music. Hip hop, my dad, you know, influenced me with that heavily. So the two, when I hear disruptive jazz, and I listen to the sound, it's the sound of the free thinker. It's the sound of those individuals who don't really know, their art doesn't blend with society or this machine of a society. And hip hop has the same approach.
Yeah.
Whereas we have Tupac, we have Kendrick Lamar, who uses disruptive jazz in his music, NWA. All of those artists have been used to, they use hip hop to express their life in order to not be painted over by society. So when it comes to that, what is something that you want students to, oh, I believe I already asked you that. What do you want them to carry, you know, based off of that, learning how to be an artist, you know, whether it be the cruiseman, the writer, the artist himself, what do you want them to bring with them in terms of dedicating their art to the society? How can you use your art to change the world or change where you live at? Just starting right there.
The best way, well, I'll say it as a general statement because this goes for whether you're a young adult or an adult or kid. The best way to have an impact is to come properly equipped. So when I say equipped, meaning with my approach on my style of music, I didn't just say, oh, I'm about to make these beats and throw trumpet over them. No, that was not all it took, you know, because I can do that, but what happens the day somebody's like, what is this? This ain't nothing but a backing track. Like, I have to be mentally equipped and prepared to, you know, deal with situations like that. So a good segue would be, my motto is to always be 10 toes down. I have my song called Move Around, where there's a part in the song that says, you see me marching down the street, 10 toes down. Yes. So, and I stand by that because being 10 toes down basically means you have to be disciplined. You have to study what you're doing. You have to study what you're doing. That's a form of being equipped. You have to believe to the max. Like, I know we all laugh at DJ Khaled, you know, and his antics, you know, another one, I'm the best, they call me this, they call me. And it's like, we understand, like, it's him just, you know, being over the top. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that's actually the mindset you have to have. Not arrogantly, no, you know, just the hustle behind it. You have to really believe in what you have. But so discipline, super believing in what you have, investing in what you have, because faith without works,
is dead. It's dead work.
So yeah, those are like my main things: the discipline, believing in yourself, and you have to have that grind behind it. So showing up properly equipped, so the students are going to learn that to the full effect. Because I will be teaching a class as well in the camp based on pretty much composing music, and that will be a part of it. How you know, we focus a lot on trying to prove to other people, like, yeah, you gotta show people what you got. I'm like, if you ain't convinced yourself, like, let's start there.
Just stop.
Let's start there. Yeah, let's start there. Make sure that you know that what you got is it. Like with me, I tell people, ain't nothing nobody can tell me. Like, of course, I'll take advice, and, you know, I'll smooth out the edges of things, but I understand what I have enough to be disciplined, believe in it, and invest in it. So, yep, gotta come properly equipped.
Yes. So, and there's times where I haven't been properly equipped, and the work has shown. So that is a key factor in definitely developing yourself. Now, your 2019 debut album, If You Hear a Trumpet, It's Me.
Yeah.
Amazing body of work. I mean, I'm telling you, like, it inspires me when I write, because I write poems. So it inspires me. Like, I'm listening and I'm like, this song would be like perfect for me, writing a song about somebody walking to the corner store. You know, like that's what, like, that city life, like growing up in Camden, that's when I I hear in your music. And that's why I can appreciate you, because you really put that ensemble together, just like, it's just so realistic.
Thank you.
So the song that stood out to me the most was "Who Are You?"
That's
And
the jam. That's the
that
jam.
topic is such a coming of age topic for me, because like you said, you have to really convince yourself that what you're doing is good. You have to find yourself. Like with me, with writing, there was a time where I was in a block where I didn't know what to write anymore. And it was because I needed to find my voice. I didn't know that my voice evolves over time. So it's always important to recenter yourself. And that's what I love. Everything that you just said about that mental work that needs to be done when doing your dreams. So I want to know, what inspired you when putting together that piece, and what do you want your fans to feel when listening to "Who Are You?"
So what inspired that piece was pretty much there was a lot going on at the time. It was like in the midst of me composing what I was doing, it was literally people saying like, what is this? Like, is this really a thing? All you're doing is playing trumpet over 4 chords. To have people saying, oh, this song is just 3 notes and stuff like that. And it's just like so it's like between hearing all of that and then dealing with the anxiety that comes from that and the pressure and if you were to check out the music video, is actually in a warehouse, and I have people walking around me with shirts that have different emotions labeled on them. Definitely check it out if you can. But basically, with the song "Who Are You," it's basically saying like, y'all can say what y'all want. I know who I am. I am still discovering more of who I am. So at the end of the day, you have to constantly ask yourself, who are you? Like, you know that whenever you get on a social media argument with somebody, the first thing they'll say is, who are you? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, that's a good question. We should ask ourselves that every day. Who are you? I am dope. I am cool. I'm about it. I'm wealthy. So then you answer the question. So that's pretty much what the song is about. You're just dismissing all of that negative energy with who you are. Period. Point blank period. That's why the song is like, it's dark, but it has a reviving aspect to it. It has a very hopeful vibe to it, which is why people like to listen to it, because that energy is all there. It's like, all right, I feel this. It's like a weight just being lifted. So that's pretty much what that song is about. What's your second part? I forgot the second part of the question.
So I mean, you pretty much answered it. What would you want your fans to feel? And everything you said.
I just want them to feel like no matter how heavy of a burden anything is, even if it's self-discovery or just growing through different traumas in life, or just, the hustle and bustle of growing whatever it is you got going on, no matter how heavy that is, just know you finding out who you are and appreciating who you are, nothing can outpower that. Nothing can outpower the love you have for yourself. Nothing.
So that is a word.
Yep.
That is a word. So you mentioned your latest single, "Move Around." So this single surprised me because you flex your pen skills and your rapping abilities. I said, okay, Shawty got a nice writing skill. Okay, all right. So I was, it was dope. It was a dope experience listening to that. So can we look forward to hearing more music like that in the future?
Yes, you will hear more music like that in the future. 100%. It will be happening. As I said, my music is disruptive jazz. Yes. So I am here to disrupt every idea that people have on what jazz is or was. My thing to say is jazz is a 4-letter word.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this even on the record, off the record. Black people ain't make that word up.
Yeah.
Black we ain't make that word up. So
Nope.
yeah, so I'm here to disrupt every notion around that. But the term, just to stick with most people know it as jazz, it was just the stories of Black people. Period. Here's our stories, whether they were based off struggle or just good times on the porch, hanging with our homies. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. So you might get a song where I'm just playing trumpet. You might get a song where I'm rapping. You might get a song where I'm singing. You just don't know. But they will all have very similar, they will all have my staple on them. Like every song I write will have my stamp on them. And it's as far as left field as certain songs can get, it will always sound like a song that I wrote. But I have a song on the debut album. It's called Big Games. It's kind of explicit, but but I wrote the lyrics to that as well, but I didn't sing them. Only because I don't cuss. So I was like, somebody else got it.
Modest, very modest.
So I do that. I'll write songs and I'll have somebody. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna need you to come in and
like you live that life. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Say it.
But yeah, so it's but yeah, I tell people, yeah, you know, I got bars. They might not be, you know, crazy, but you know, I got bars. And I like to have fun when I write. So I will be performing Move Around at my upcoming show in March. So that's going to be very fun. Super excited.
Yes. So, you know, you pretty much are picking up on where I'm taking this. I'm taking this into March. You'll be performing at the Kimmel Center. Wow, in Philadelphia. Now, let's get into that. So many support. You're going to like this next line that I wrote. And I took time to listen. I'm a very corny, punny person. So I said, many supporters are going to be ready to see and hear the weapon of brass disruption.
Oh, that's dope. I like that. I like that.
Yes. So I am like excited to see you live. I didn't get a chance to see you this summer. I was out of town, but this will be my first experience seeing you live. So I really can't wait.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I really think you are. There is a lot to look forward to. Everyone has a lot to look forward to, even in Kimmel Center, because I don't know if they're about to get.
So, I mean, the last time I went to the Kimmel Center, I think I went to see the Nutcracker. So I don't think that they're ready for you, but you're going to definitely be the talk of the town after this. So what can we expect out of it?
Expect the unexpected. You know, I always tell people my music is for all the moments words can't explain, given that I will be playing a lot of trumpet. But expect to go through a series of emotions. Expect some of what you assume. You know, some people are like, oh, we're going to see a nice Black sister play trumpet. Oh, it's going to be great. You know, and she puts on a good show. So yeah, you can assume that. Yeah, so expect that. But also expect to see somebody that's pushing the mode to the max. To the max. Literally to the max. Definitely expect to see that. But ultimately, just expect to have a great time. I'm telling everyone, please do not come to this show on the sit down vibes. Please don't. Please come to this show like you at the Dell.
Yes.
Bring a little sign if you feel like it. Stand up the whole show if you feel like it. Just, I tell them, bring that energy. The whole sitting there like, huh, okay. No. We are here to have a good old time. Okay? Yes, turn up, have a good time. That is what you need to be expecting for this show. Any idea that you have of what a jazz show should be like? No. Any idea what you think a standard Kimmel show should be like? No. That is why my music is called disruptive.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what you can expect. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a great time.
Wow, I cannot wait for you to turn the place out. Like I said, it's going to be a new experience there. People are going to be like, just off of that alone, expect the unexpected. You saying that is going to draw people out because they're going to be like, this chick is just playing the trumpet over beats. Nah,
No.
like, no. Like, if you know what I know, she about to turn this place up, and I'm going to bring my popcorn, and I'm going to bring my sign, and I'm going to be like, just watch, y'all.
It's gonna be a time.
Yes. So is there an album coming soon? Can we expect one to come soon?
Ooh. I can't say an album, but there is music.
Yes.
So we gonna keep the album, talk a little in the gray area, but the music is on the way.
Yes. Well, I'm glad for that honest answer because you know what? Good art takes time, and
it does take time and a lot of money. I tell people that too.
A lot of money.
Good art takes a lot of money. But yeah, there will be another album. There is just no definite timestamp, but there are a lot of songs in the works. So if you get an album next year, don't be surprised.
Okay.
Yep.
So now you knew this was coming. A city homegrown question that everybody has been wanting to ask.
Oh God.
What was it like being on stage performing with one of the biggest performers of our time? And then not only that, being featured playing on Everything Is Love alongside her husband, the GOAT, Jay-Z. How was that experience for you? Like, they picked the right person for that.
It was epic.
Wow.
Yeah, working with Beyonce and Jay-Z, like, it's amazing. You know, you step out there and you get a sea of people. Literally, everybody look like just a bunch of ants. That's how many people is out there, and just hearing the crowd go crazy for them is just amazing. And then, you know, seeing them and seeing how she works, like her work ethic is crazy. Yeah, like she really puts a lot of time and invests so much from every angle into what she does. Yeah, like sometimes the rehearsals are long, but they worth it.
Yeah, I know that's right.
But along working with them, I have to mention Derek Dixie, our music director, because of how him, you know, the music wouldn't be what it is. He, you know, he calls the shots in terms of the musicians, and you know, because of him, we're on the Everything Is Love album. So, you know, just being under him, able to work with him is a joy. Derek Dixie, I met him obviously through the Beyonce Parkwood camp, and you know, just building that bond relationship with him as a music director. You know, we're all musicians at the end of the day. So him and I worked on Move Around together. He produced Move Around. So yeah, he's a producer on Move Around, and it's just cool that we met on a Beyonce gig. So to have him on a project, it's just a good full circle moment. It's just amazing. Yeah. So just working, you know, with Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Derek Dixie it's great. Across the board, like, you know, it's a huge blessing. So
a divine intervention. You know, when you're at the right place at the right time, doing the right things, you know, you're always going to be blessed with you just amazing opportunities. And that is something that, you know, if anything, you know, you might not even be at the top of where you're supposed to be right now, but just doing all that you're doing now is just such a good accomplishment. It's an amazing accomplishment. Like everything that you're doing is inspiring someone who is watching you, who will read this article. You are literally a shero in this city, you know, really putting us on. And that's why we're called We On Jersey Watch, because you never know who you're watching today. Who you're watching today might be the person to put us on tomorrow. So what I would say, just the admirable thing that you have done overall is just the ability to give back and to not forget that you once were a seed in a desk, looking up at, 3 city jazz giants, Jamal, Nasir, and Nasan, looking up at them. And then now look what you're doing. The city is proud. If they haven't said it, I'll say it. We are extraordinarily proud of you.
Thank you all so much.
Now, what would you like to say for those who are inspired and determined to go far with their dreams, who are watching you?
Honestly, discipline is key. I'm probably gonna sound like a broken record, but yeah, discipline is key. Discipline. Study what your goal is. You can't say, "Oh, I'm trying to be this huge entrepreneur." Great. Now study what it takes. Study the ins and outs. Find somebody that you love and watch all their interviews. So that goes into studying. Along with following your dreams, find a mentor that's along that path to help you out, because it's gonna be some moments where it's just like, what is going on? And then your mentors will be there to help you navigate. Be wise with your money. We all talk about money. Everybody talk about, oh, I got bread, and hold up the money phones, and our music videos throwing out cash. And I'm like, no, don't throw it out.
Yes.
Be wise with your money. And for those out there that are artists, that have dreams of being extremely successful, go, take the time to look at different artists in their documentaries, if you can, and see if you can hear, not even if you could hear, but look at how much goes into these productions. This is why I watch the end credits on everything I watch. I always watch the end credits to see how many people were involved. All those people gotta get paid. Gotta get paid. It's either they gotta get paid monetarily, or there's some extreme networking happening. But yes, and with the independent artists, it ain't easy being independent, because most of that money is coming from our own pockets directly. So on top of the discipline, on top of the hustle and studying, and when we say invest in yourself, I just hope people really take that to heart, because even with my upcoming show at the Kimmel, is just so much that goes into it that your average person might not understand. But yes, it does take money. It does take a lot of money to pursue your dream. So make sure you're saving your bread. You do not need Louis and Dior and whatever other bags people be wearing nowadays. You don't need all that. It's nice to have it, don't get me wrong. I got a plethora of sneakers, but prioritize your dream. That's what I'll say. Prioritize your dream. So discipline, hard work, studying, and proper investments all day. I think that's key. That's what's been keeping me going.
Yeah.
Those are key.
Smart. And that pretty much wraps up, because I know I don't want to take all of your time, because but you are like a gem. Like, where did you come from? Like, God bless, your parents for, making such a beautiful individual, and someone who is willing to just give knowledge and give and give and give. The blessings are proving themselves already. So keep staying that course, keep being bright, keep giving back, keep inspiring yourself to evolve, because where you're at now, it ain't going to be there forever. You're going to, grow and become something, much bigger. But what you're doing now is just very admirable. And, just stay the course. Everyone's rooting for you.
Will do.
I definitely would like to pop in during the summertime and see the camp flourish. So I might drop in and, support. And I have a nonprofit. So if you need any donation, I can get some stuff together and we'll shoot them your way. Just let me know. Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Awesome.
I also know.
You.
Yes, no problem. I know
Huge.
Mr. Nasir and Jamal and Hassan. They're
Oh,
all friends
shoot.
with, they're all friends with my dad. So I actually went to their karate school, and I went to creative arts
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anything you need, as far as that, you got me. You got my
Thank you
support.
so,
And
so much for
once,
that.
yes, no problem. Once everybody reads this, you're gonna have so much support, coming your way. So I want to see you grow, and thank you. that's
Well,
it.
thank you for having me on here.
No.
I'm always happy when people say they want to do interviews. I'm like, yes, I'm down. Absolutely. But yeah, thank you so much for this. I can't wait for you to see the show. I can't wait for you to see camp. So it's gonna be amazing. I'm just super excited for, when it's all just going, when it's in full rotation. So
All right. So did you want to put in anything else? I don't want to take out any information or.
I guess if people want to find where I'm at,
Where can your fans follow you?
So Instagram, that trumpet chick with CHIC. Same for Twitter, Facebook fan page, Arnetta Johnson is there. It's all easy to find, to be honest. And for details on my upcoming shows and future details on the band camp, you can check my website, arnettajohnson.com.
Okay.
So it's all right there.
All right. Thank you so much, Arnetta. You continue to keep us posted. And once the article published, I will send it your way, email it to you and Mr. Shelton for you guys to read. And, I always like to do it before I post it. So that way you guys get to say, oh, I like it, So thank you so much for your time. And you have a wonderful day.
You too. All right.
Bye.